united to his wife and they become one flesh. For many people, they think that marriage is just a ritual. Or probably to some, they think that marriage is just a piece of paper, the marriage certificate that they are about to sign in a little while. So many people think that this is just a piece of paper, that you need to spend a lot of money, exert a lot of effort just to possess that piece of paper. I remember 6 years ago when we were into the same situation, arranging our wedding, processing all the requirements. You need to pay a lot. Then after that, we realized that probably that's one reason why many people never commit into such relationship. Nowadays, as we see, live-in setting is more acceptable to many people because they thought that marriage is just a piece of paper, that the marriage contract. But from this passage alone, we can see that marriage is not just a piece of paper where it will cost you a lot, spend a lot of money for you to possess that. And then after spending all the money and exerting many effort, then you find yourself being separated because of their so-called differences. Well, be reminded from the Word of God that marriage has this purpose. What's that purpose? Again, in the latter part of this verse stated that, and they become one flesh. And that's the purpose of marriage. Marriage is a union wherein the couple has to grow together in this relationship. They need to cultivate that relationship, that friendship, and eventually develop that love and trust for each other. So this is not just a piece of paper. Another thing, if we are to look from that passage, and they became one flesh, meaning this is also a fulfillment of their commitment before God. So this couple that stands before God in a little while, they are no longer two, but rather one before God and before the law. So marriage is not just a piece of paper, but rather a commitment to grow together, a commitment that they need to fulfill a permanent union before God. So this is the purpose of marriage from this passage. But the question is, what's the requirement? What's the prerequisite for this marriage? Well, the passage clearly states that a man and a woman. No, this is why a man leaves his father and his mother and is united to his wife. Therefore, a woman. So the prerequisite is a male and a female. Now you may ask, Pastor, is being a male and female makes you qualified for this union? Well, of course, from the very beginning, that's the primary requirement, a male and a female. God designed this marriage between a man and a woman, not between a man and another man or a woman and another woman. If we are to read the Constitution of the Philippines, the Family Code of the Philippines, it states that marriage is a permanent union between a man and a woman. So the requirement is for this marriage is a man and a woman. But being a man and woman doesn't automatically mean you are qualified for this union. The man and woman stated in this passage, a man leave his father and his mother and is united to his wife, is a man and woman characterized by maturity. A man and a woman characterized by maturity. But you may ask again, Pastor, what's the process that they need to go through in order for them to have that maturity? Well, from the passage states that the process or the example for them to have that kind of maturity and development is from the example of their parents. So a man has to live together with his mother and his father, the same thing with the woman, the example of the parents. So therefore, for us here, for the parents, be reminded that our responsibility is not just to provide financially for our family, but our responsibility is to provide them examples, guidelines, and principles that they should follow. The kind of example we give to them eventually contributes to their development. So parents who are here, be reminded that our responsibility is not just to provide, but also to give that best example. Jack and Yan, you are to establish your own family. But I